fish on. That's no bream. Good morning, everybody. You join me at Gold Valley Lakes today. I've decided to fish the midweek open. I've ditched the office. I'm peg 22 on Gold Lake, and I'm looking forward to this today. There's been a lot of fish moving, as usual with this venue during the summer months. They've been moving right in front of me. They've disappeared. I thought that was going to happen after an hour of people setting up on the bank. I'm going to fish a relatively simple match today. I've got my trusty tournament bomb rod with me. I'm just going to fish a 3/4 of an ounce bomb, Guru quick change bead. This is 8 pound ST as always, 019 size. I'm not sure QM1. 12 or a 10? 12 maybe. And I'm going to fish like a little snowman's type thing today. I might give this a try. 8mm pellet with a little 6mm red one on the top. Might do that today. I've got a method feeder set up, which I'm going to chuck over the bomb line if the bites aren't good enough. There's fish just topping in front of me there, like 13 metres. I've got an orange wafter on there. And then pellet waggler. I managed to leave all my pellet wagglers at home, so I've gone and bought some Daiwa Carper ones and some Preston ones. That's a 7 gram. I'm going to fish that with a 1 metre hook length and fish the pellet waggler. There we go. Right. Something like that. I'll do. It's good in that tangled rig. Oh, come on, Graham. Right, so it's always feed twice, bunch of pellets, then a few more pellets. That sort of distance. Bomb over the top, and away we go. I'm going to fish to 5-minute casts. So I'm going to feed after 2.5 minutes over the top. So effectively I'm looking for 3 casts, 3 feeds per cast, 20 or 24 pellets every 5 minutes. We'll start at that sort of rate and see how we get on. Recently there's been a lot of fish coming out against the islands. There's a big island. There's 2 pegs fishing the island, peg 5 and peg 9. And there's a gentleman called Lynas on peg 9. He's a very good angler, and I expect him to catch lots of fish. So if we're going to compete today, then I need to push the peg. The thing that I'm noticing about the angler to my left and the ones to my right, no one's feeding. It's just wagglers with no feed. Seems to be a very common way to fish the venue currently, is to not feed hardly anything. I've sort of skipped the period of time where people decided that was a good idea, and I'm still in the feed it mode, so let's see. It might do me good. It might be disastrous. I think because of the ripple, that's a fish. Put it. There's a better chance of catching them on the bomb today. Just one click in the wrong way, that reel. it's a big F1 or it's a small carp. Small carp is the answer to that. Could be £5. Right, I'll say £5 in 15 minutes. Right, I should be able to squeeze that 6mm onto that band. Hopefully without breaking it. Yeah, so that's the bait. The reason I'm thinking about these alternative baits is because I'm getting indications, and I don't think they're indications from fish up in the water. I think they're on the bottom. So I'm just thinking about what I can do to create something that's a bit more standout. Again there, little indication, and I'll go through sort of this process of different bait, try a wafter, and then I'll put a method over the top if none of those work. But I don't want to start chucking a method feeder around, leaving little piles of bait, not just yet. I'm going to quickly switch this over to that 10mm wafter. Right, 42. I'm just going to keep pinging these 6mm in that short line. If these indications were coming from that line there, that would mean that the fish is high in the water to catch the line, and I'll be getting much bigger liners, I think. These small indications are very similar to the ones that I would get on the Syndicate Lake, where I think it's fishing in and around the peg. on the bottom where I'm feeding. So we'll just see if this change of bait is enough to stimulate a bite. If this cast doesn't do it, I'll have 2 more casts on the 8mm again, just a plain 8mm, and then I'll chuck a method on top to see if that gets me a proper take. Take? I'm not sure that's the right word for match fishing. Sounds like pike fishing or carp fishing. Well, carp fishing, but not this type of carp fishing. It's a bite. It's coming your way a bit, Les. I got a fish wants to play in your peg a little bit. Yeah, it's up in the water. It's like between the 2 of us currently. Hey? No, on the bomb. Yeah, it wants to... Sorry, mate. It wants to play through your peg. Are you on the bomb? It's there. Are you? Alright, well I'll let's see if I can try and get it up in the water. Should be right. It's the only problem when you fish peg 2 miss one on a venue like this is where you end up. If that fish wants to swim to the next peg, you can't really stop them. I will live to regret that. I missed the netting opportunity with that fish early on. Oh, that's annoying. Had a bream slime all over the rig. Oh, Graham. It's hooked in the mouth. Telly. Happens to all of us. I had a netting opportunity on that fish when it came in. First time, and it had come further in than I realised because I was chatting. And then it wants to go and swim out, and I try to stop it a little bit. Maybe I put a bit too much pressure on it. I don't think so. And then I pulled the hook out. Let's put it behind us. So we're just coming up, just gone past the first hour, and I've got 1 carp for about £5. I pulled out of another one that was about £8 at the net, which is a bit unfortunate. Outside of that, not a lot of action. I don't see... I think I've heard him catch one to my left. I haven't heard him catch to my right. The odds are slightly stacked against us today, I think. The wind sort of changed direction towards me now, but it was blowing down the lake earlier. And they've been catching well off of the island, peg 5 and peg 9. I'm up on peg 22. But there is fish moving around, and as I was saying at the start of the match, you can do a really big weight in a really short time on this entire complex, really, but you know, this lake specifically. Little indication there. Might be some bream milling about. Maybe I should chuck that method over the top. It's got a smaller wafter on it, 6mm wafter. Let's see. Another indication then. I wonder if it's a few bream. Could well be. The bream are big enough to swallow that bait, but I did have a few indications on that cast before I had that fish, and there was a load of slime on the line. It's not from a carp. So I do wonder. Right, let's give this another 2 minutes, and I think we'll chuck a method feeder over the top of it. Right, let's try a method over the top. Same process, 2 pouches of pellets. And hopefully I'll put that method right over the top of them. It's not clipped up, you just gotta get your casting head in, get your eyes in. If you've not done it for a while, you can sort of get out of practice, but my muscle memory is good today, it seems. Right, 12:12. This time I'm not going to feed at 2.5 minutes. I'm just going to leave it as a 5-minute cast. See what happens. Now I've had it before on previous lives that I've done on Syndicate Lake, that sometimes when you get those indications, and you know they're just slight movements in the tip, so you know there's fish there, and you can't get them to give you a proper bite, chucking a method feeder over the top can sometimes produce brilliant results. And I probably just jinxed myself because I've said that, but if I was on Twitch, I'd say clip that. She's messing me about, that's it. trying to play it to the left, so if it wants to fight against me, it will swim to my left, so away from the angler on my right. Get in there. That's why you don't let go of your rod while you look at the phone. It's not a big fish, I don't think. Not the speed it's coming in, unless it's going to suddenly stop in a second. I think it's be a big F1. Yeah, I'm not doing no oh, how have I missed that bite? How have I missed that bite? So correct that. How has that fish not hooked itself? But he says. That's more positive bites fishing this method over the top of these pellets. So we'll keep doing it for a bit. Right, so my updates are completely out of kilter today, but it's just coming up to 1:15. Just over 2 hours into the match. I've got 3 fish, 2 carp and an F1, about 16 pound, which isn't a lot. He's got another fish onto my left, which I think is the third proper carp I've heard splashing around. I think he's got one bream to my right, and I'm not sure what they've caught to my left. There's 16 of us today, split across 2 sections. I expect people to be catching well on the island, but I still would expect to be catching more here than I am, so I've got to try and work out how to get these fish more interested. It's either sitting on the bomb or sitting on the method feeder. just need the fish to give me some kind of indication which one they want it to be. Got 33 pound of carp and F1s, and I've got a couple of bream that are probably £3 each. And I've just, it's taken me all match, but I'm coming to the conclusion that instead of fishing just a straight bomb, you're better off fishing a method feeder over a bomb line. Because F1s are becoming part of the makeup of the day, if that makes sense. And I had a lot of indications on the bomb, but I've had less indications when I put a method on. I don't know if it's because they're focused better on the method. This is a carp though, this isn't an F1, so it doesn't sort of apply to that, but yeah, I think it's just maybe a better way to fish here currently. Thankfully this is a carp, and hopefully the start of a good last hour. Just had another chuck on a straight bomb for 5 minutes for nothing, and I've gone back out on the method and whoa, 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 okay, okay, alright, trout. What's that? What's that? It's coming your way now then. Hold on a minute, the fish has gone nuts. Are you on the bomb? It's just gone straight through your peg. Hey? Oh, I've never seen a fish do that on a method. Not a carp. Well, that's the method flying up the line. It was stumping around down the edge. I was like, I was going to net that in a minute. Thing's gone loopy. I'm not even pulling it hard. So an hour to go, I've got about 40 pound of carbon F1s and I've got about 6 pound of bream. Going into the last hour, I'm not that unhappy with that. I've tried all sorts of different things today. Single 8mm pellet, 8mm with a 6mm, 10mm wafter, method feeder. And I've come to the conclusion that the method's doing the best. Fished over the top of the pellets. I'm not sure about is whether I should feed twice and then the method, or just once and then the method. I think I've got enough bait there now that I can cut it down to feed once and then fish the method over the top, and that should provide a good enough situation where I get a bite relatively quickly. It might not happen, but right now is an indication. Right now I'm expecting a bite within 5 minutes. So it's just gone 2 minutes past 3. I'm expecting a bite by 5 minutes past 3. And hopefully it'll be another carp, not an F1. And I wish those geese would stop by and eating off my platform. Only because I'm going to spook them. So yeah, going into the last hour, it's getting better. So I just need to stay focused, keep those pellets tight now. Maybe feed twice, but feed less. Make it more tight, more accurate. And hopefully catch a few more. Right, I want just one drop in short where I've been putting those 6mm. Some more in to remember where it was. Just about there. That'll do. So one put in here. Still feed the long one. See if there's a fish to be had here. If there's not, then stop feeding that line. Oh, look at that, look at that. That's an happy fish, isn't it? You didn't want to get hooked. to it. Oh. Turn your head. So I guess it's the appropriate part of the day where I say if you're enjoying the stream and you're not subscribed, if you could consider hitting that subscribe button. It's great for visibility of the channel, and I really support it, appreciate it. And if you are subscribed, then hit the like button, whether you're watching the live stream or whether you're watching the little video that I make out of it afterwards. It all helps with visibility and bring fishing to more people. So where are we? We've got 6 minutes left. Hopefully this is going to go round. Little summary of how the match has gone. I started on the bomb. I'd actually set up the pellet waggler, but the wind was too much. I changed my mind. I thought it was going to be a bomb day. So I've started on the bomb, and I've decided that I was going to try and pull fish from the spare peg on my left, from the peg on my right, because I thought he was going to fish to his right. So I thought I'd try and pull fish from all 3 pegs. So I'm going to feed. I'm not going to not feed. I'm going to go for it. So I fed the bomb, and I fed 8 pellets twice before I chucked it in. Maybe that was 8 or 10, and I fed another 8 or 10 pellets after about 2.5 minutes. So I've done that. I've had a fish after 15 minutes. I've had another fish, I think, at the hour. I've pulled out of a fish, and then probably at the 2-hour mark, I can't remember where it was, I was sitting on about 16 pounds. I think for the next hour or two, maybe the next hour, I've tried all sorts of different things to see if I can encourage the fish to feed. They were there, I was getting indications, but I couldn't really get any bites. I had one fish on an 8mm pellet, one on a 10mm wafter, one on a method feeder, and then I found a little bit of consistency in the method feeder. It seemed to reduce the amount of small indications and give me some more positive bites. So I fished out the rest of the match on the method feeder, fishing on a 2mm pellets, 24-gram guru feeder, 4-inch hook length, size 12 QM1 with a bait spike, and a 6mm bandam. And I've done well out of that fish on. That's no bream. I've not loosened that clutch. So I've done well out of it. I think actually it's a better way to fish than just a straight bomb currently, because I think it gives you a better chance at some F1s and the bream too. So the next time I fish, instead of starting on a bomb methodology, I think I might start a little bit more on a method feeder. the reason I would always do the bomb first is because I'm always going to feed 8mm pellets, but I don't want to leave piles of 2mm all over the place. So I don't mind trying the method, but I want to be catching on it. So I'll have to have a little think about that. I'm trying to keep this one out of your peg, but it wants to come. Well, maybe I'll be alright. So yeah, maybe a method's a better way to approach Gold Lake at the moment. I don't know, we'll see what happens in the weigh sheet. I've got a weigh, there's a gentleman to my left, and then I think 1, 2, 3, 4 to my right, and me. So I've got a weigh in a bunch of anglers, so we'll see what they've caught. And then as usual, I will post the weights up at the end of the day. End of the day? No, when I make the video out of it, I'll post the weights. I'll put in the commentary when I publish the live. Why is that method all the way out there? Get down there. I'll put how I did in the match when I do that. Oh. See that jerks back where the line's just rubbed over the fish's back. I sneaky feeling this fish might go absolutely nuts when it sees the net. Good fish, £10. It's another long common. Come on, you didn't see that net, come on. Fish on. No, still fish on. So if anyone doesn't know, that's the end of the match, but because I've got a fish on, I've got 15 minutes to get the fish in. Oh, there we go. Right. It's a bit heavier than £10. Right, so there we go, that's the end of the match. I've got to get packed up because I've got to go and weigh people in. safely in there. Get that net over the one that wants to jump out. There we go, it's been pretty good, just a 4-inch hook length. 0.19 to a little bait spike. So that's it for the day. In terms of what do I think I've got, 40, 50, 60, 65 pound, which is a good result after 2 hours. It wasn't looking that good. So thank you for watching. And yeah, I've got to get done, so I'm going to turn the stream off and I'll put the whole stream back up tonight, and I'll put my results on and I'll put the weigh sheet for the day.